Okay. Kia ora, koto, ko Sophie aho. Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm Sophie. Welcome to Sophie's teaching. And in today's video, as you can see the title, I would like to spend a little bit of time on explaining early childhood teaching theories and approaches. As I have been thinking over this topic as I actually just finished a guy mentoring uni students. And when they like back to 3 years ago when I started let's talk about that later. It's a little bit too much, and I will just say yeah, that's today's topic. Before we start, we should sing our kalakia first. Kalakia poi poia te kakano kia puwai. Nature the seed and it will be blossom. Now I will explain my ideas behind this topic one by one. And first, I thought, how about I post a question, propose a question that can encourage you to think as well, think the same with me. How would you run your early childhood center? Because I actually over this over a really long period of time, I have been thinking of running an early childhood center by myself, and of course with more professional teachers in New Zealand culture background. And the thing is, when you run your business, you have to have like a philosophy, or you might have to have a like value and vision to support your organization, and then make it run as long as possible. And this philosophy or theories and approaches, as I'm going to mention to you, gonna guide my business and guide my team to do like to carry out their daily teaching practices. So this is what the part I going to truly review. How to say, this is a way I review my true self to you guys. So I choose to be realistic when I speak to you in front of the camera. And I reflected a little bit about how the teaching environment I'm experiencing at this moment, and what kind of teacher or what kind of a personality or work ethics I appreciate most. And I put all these words down to remind me, actually, no matter like the environment of teaching matters a lot, but the main core, like the core of my business, of my teaching practice, will be teachers. It's not about like in most of the we automatically would assume a nice school, like living in a nice school zone, and getting exposed to how to say a community or school environment with with cool equal, like with teach with how to say that, really little bit fancy or aesthetic pleasuring equipment and resources will sometimes give you idea also give you idea of, this is a really cool school, and then this is the school I'm going to get my kids enrolled in. But to be honest, working as a teacher over these years, I figured out teacher, the quality the quality teaching carried out by our professional teacher matters more than anything. So here I would like to use this Maori proverb to remind myself, and then to demonstrate to you how much I value about the professional teacher. Here it says, He aha te mia nui o te ao. What is the most important thing in the world? He tangata, he tangata, he tangata. It is the people, it is the people, it is the people. And if we value the true self and value our the people who around us, value the differences each one of these individual gonna make during your service and then in your center, in your working environment, you can see it's a huge like impact it gonna bring out on the daily practicing. And yeah, so I referring to like to extend this topic, I mainly use two resources to help me. And the first one is a new website I haven't introduced to you guys. It's called the Education Hub. And also our Ministry of Education of New Zealand, and you can also refer to that and get more resources and teaching concept or ideas. But as to this topic, I indeed read a couple of like articles on this website, and also to support this website, you're welcome to donate. And I think I would like to donate as well, because it it offers us really quality and free, as it says, independent resources. So yeah, we kind of like support each other. Yeah, it's not the reason why I bring to you, but I feel like I should do. So better to like bring that out to you guys too. And the second document, as you always see, Tivaliki, of course, that's the reason why I work for New Zealand early childhood centers, because I feel like this is kind of like a Bible to me as an early childhood teacher. And on the first page, as I always explain to you guys, remember, I will always believe children are competent and confident learners and communicators, healthy in mind, body, and spirit, secure in their sense of belonging, and in knowledge that they make a valued contribution to society. And that's the value I believe and hold a lot. And as to today's topic, I would like to introduce you to the these pages. It says underpinning theories and approaches. If you wonder what does underpin means, it means more like supporting, and then like where all these Tifaliki's values and also philosophy come from. Actually, this is bio ecological mode and social cultural theories and the Kapapa Maoli theory and the Pacifica approaches, critical theories, and emerging research and theories. So you can see, as you write your essay or assessment, you have your reference and to some of like really supportive literature. And so our Tifaliki also is with with all these theories and approaches that leading the world early childhood education into this really cool and into this book. So that means we have theories or things to support your idea. It's not like, oh, I imagined it out. So that's a little bit different. Welcome to check this. As I said, it has e-version. It's free. It's independent. So all these resources, I really appreciate the people who put the efforts in making this, as it won't take a short time. It's definitely requires more quality time and research and efforts put in there. So I really appreciate all the educators behind these free resources for us. All right, and after all I wanted today explain what I learned from this today I want to explain these approaches as I'm not an expert, I'm still a learner. I wanna like sit in front of a camera and pretend I know all these approaches. No, I'm still learning. It's an ongoing process for me. And as well, even I got fully registered. I now still mentor students from university. But it doesn't mean that I am totally competent in talking about this topic. I just try to explain my ideas and how would I, back to this topic, how would I run my early childhood center? At this moment, I thought, I believe the Pickler approach and Montessori approach and the Florida school approach, there's three different philosophies and actually all have their essence that can contribute to my early childhood center. So I would like to like pull out the essence that can support my center to keep going. Here I would like to explain the most important approach that guides my working teaching practice is over these 3 years. As you know, I had a teaching experience in Australia, early childhood settings, and I have a 3 years full-time working experiences with my early childhood center till now. The approach, I believe, the teaching approach I got exposed to mainly the Pickler and the Ray approach. It says respect and trust are key guiding values of the Ray approach. That's the one I got from this website, and I totally agree. And I truly believe in building our reciprocal and positive relationship. Respect is the relationship is the key, but how to build up this relationship that requires you to trust these people and respect this individual. That means when I say it, that means I totally believe it, and I also gonna do, and I have been doing it, and I also gonna keep going and being respectful and trustful to people around me. I haven't been really fully committed to this approach as on a really superficial way, but over the last half a year, I truly understand what this respectful and trustful how to say teaching practice really look like in my center. So here I would like to share a picture about how I actually align myself to this approach. As you can see, here is a picture of my the table I set for children. It was about the supporting Tilly Molly Week. I got a Molly picture, like a dictionary book set. As you can see, it's nice, neaty, and because we have a big group of kind of like our center is really small, but we have a big group, compact group of children. They kind of like rush in. So if for a really small group, for respectful teaching practice, I may just put 3 or 4. Make sure we give each other enough space, and that's the way you respect people, right? And because considering we have a big group of children, I made it a little bit tight, set a couple of books. So here comes how would you demonstrate to kids you respect the individual? This is a part I reflected. In the future, I'll probably just put 3 or 4 and then put the rest into the basket to guide the children to finish reading and put it back, and also make sure you give each other enough space. So if you can understand, just link it to library. And do they put all the things? Do they like encourage you to sit with your own space, or do they compact you all together I think yes, you have the answer. You probably prefer to have enough private space and way of how to say, yeah, for yourself. So that's the part I reflected as I put the picture down. I was so proud of myself setting a really neat table, and then I respect. Then when I post this, attach this picture over here, I realized that's not really respectful actually. But consider about the environment, yeah, I I plan it, but yeah, there's still space for me to improve. Okay, second, I thought about Montessori approach, as we all have realized how popular Montessori approach has become in New Zealand teaching um, contact teaching environments, is because we have lots of children and families from Asian cultural backgrounds. They prefer Montessori approach because I believe, because I have been growing up and brought up in Chinese cultural context, I know we Asian families prefer a really structured curriculum. And here's the words I put in to describe, for people's first, how to say, impression about Montessori approach. Well ordered, organized, I believe it's organized, and aesthetic placing. And here, here we go. I'll go delete this one. And second is self-contained activities laid out on tree and freedom self-display. The reason why I deleted that part because I thought children who prefer structured curriculum probably want to do Montessori, would like to align themselves to Montessori, would feel really comfortable to learn in Montessori teaching environment. And also middle class, that means that's a group of people, they would like have organized curriculum and have aesthetic placing thing. It's just like if this center call themselves Montessori Center, but doing things totally opposite, that's a totally different thing from what I see. I mean the real Montessori approach, and they do like bring out these three parts for the children. You can see at each approach it has a pros and has a cons, as just like we focus on the pros, the sportive, the meaningful part. And I attached the two pictures to see to show you which one would you like when you see it. They are all blocks. But would you like to put it away in a messy way like this, or would you like to put it away in a really nice, neaty way? Well, when you demonstrate these resources to the kids, you prefer to like give a whole box of blocks, yeah, and then here you go explore, or would you like to demonstrate the kids actually when we put away, we put it in a nice, neaty way. So here comes it's for as to the first picture. It says we are going to respect the resources, right? Put it in a nice, neat way. And then that also means we are going to use Montessori approach to guide us to believe it's aesthetically pleasing and it brings you the pleasure and then you like it, and also well organized. You can see, which approach you are going to use on your day. It's kind of like combine them together, and then that also requires you to communicate so effectively with your team. And otherwise, you're totally on a different page. You do something, and then the other people do something else, and that won't make your days run really effectively, right? Here's like the thoughts I would like to share with you. The last part is a forest school approach. As I said, this approach I kind of like involve, kind of like could be mixed with our New Zealand kaupapa Tilio Maoli kaupapa, yes, all right, check it, yeah. Yes, kaupapa Maoli theories. It's like we choose to be humble and learn from Papa Tuanuku, our Earth Mother, and the forest schools approach focused on like getting close to nature and now learn these real life experiences. And this approach somehow can remind me of the scout system running in New Zealand school systems. And they always have those camping experiences and how to say learn how to make fire, how to bring up a boy. That's the part I appreciate, because I feel like I would call nowadays, as because this is a really female dominant industry, I feel like we miss a lot of teaching experiences for our boys. They have different needs. If we are going to respect their needs and then play well organized activity and also make sure you get close to nature, actually there are lots of there are way much more than we think to plan for the thrive and the success of our boys. So here, this is the reason why I like this approach so much. It's like kind of like offer children a chance to relax their mind and relax their body, and keep continuing being really productive and curious and inquisitive and passionate and brave in a natural environment. So I think it's a time for me to end up this topic, as if I explain, I could make it's super long. These approaches, as you can see at this moment, I believe each part of it, and then I combined it into my teaching practice with the children. That gave me lots of possibilities of trying new things with the kids, and also make their like brain meaningful and learning experiences for them. And also I believe there are more teaching theories and approaches for me to explore. I'm the same with you, on the way to commit to be a lifelong learner. As to the end, I still want to bring out the ideas of me making the YouTube channels and share with you over here. It's like supporting children and families from multicultural backgrounds. I respect each one of these approaches, and I also have my own teaching philosophy and values. I believe you have yours too, and welcome to leave a comment and share me about your special teaching philosophies. And thank you for watching. Time for me to go to work, and have a lovely day. See you next time. See you.